I'm sexy. Uh. Yeah, I am vlogging somewhat. I'm not doing the daily vlogs. I'm not doing, every other day, whatever the case is. I'm just vlogging. I got a new camera. Yep, I got a new camera. And, let's just say, I don't know how often I'm going to be vlogging with all the bullshit that's been going on recently. There was a period of like 2 weeks where I was getting daily death threats. Then that stopped for pretty much 2 weeks, up until last night, when I decided to go to the meal last night, and somebody decides to show up and starts throwing a temper tantrum because they can't do whatever the hell they want. Like, they give out free clothes, they decided to do something different with the clothes, and they rented a truck. And the dude got pissed that he couldn't climb into the truck, so he started saying, respect me or I'm going to beat your ass. And then he threw a temper tantrum and flipped over the table with the food on it. Now that I'm saying it, it just sounds stupid, but, like, dude was just an ass. And he was willing to start a fight just because he could. Here's the thing. Regardless of my capability, regardless of other people's capability, because I've had people where they've tried starting fights with me and they've been less capable of fighting than I have. So regardless of capability, you don't see me going around starting fights. Yes, there have been a few fights that I've had to participate in, but that's because the other person was starting it and wouldn't back off. So I am finding out with this camera you need to worry about backlighting. I mean, it's a new camera, higher quality. This one does the 30 frames per second, just like my old camera, or, whatever the equivalent of 30 frames per second is, like my old camera did, which I still have one of my old cameras somewhere. But the big difference is this camera is 4K when the other camera was 1080p at the most. It was either 720 or 1080, and this one was cheaper. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this camera. If I remember, is there somebody at my door, or did I just hear? I just heard something else when I moved it. Anyway, if I remember, I'll include the only video clip that I took yesterday. Fuck you, stuff. Anyway, yeah. If I remember, I'll include the only video clip that I included, or that I recorded yesterday here, if I remember. But if I don't remember, it should be on my Instagram as well, right around the time that this gets uploaded.
Yesterday. End of flashback.
And if you notice a difference in video quality or audio quality, it's a new camera. That I don't know what the audio quality is like, but the video quality is definitely a step up from what it used to be. Because at most, my previous cameras would record in 1080. This camera records in 4K. So I don't know what that means for the quality of audio. I was planning on getting a microphone in the future, something I could hook up here on the camera, up on the top. But I don't know. It's actually, where is the microphone on this thing? Because I know there's one that's got to be on the camera somewhere. Anyway, if you notice a picture quality increase, then that's because it's in 4K. If you notice an audio quality change, regardless of whether it's an increase or a decrease, that's still because of the new camera.
Eventually.
The fuck? The fuck? Does it actually take a video too?
Yeah.
The fuck? Fuck! My duck quacked. I mean, catch this. Changes your mind. Changes your mind.
Shibanga.
Shibanga bongo.
SpongeGar and Pat Tar got no but Wanagar.
I farted. My ass jiggled.
How'd it taste?
Tasted like this. Somebody. No, just.
A few moments later.
Are we doing it?
The fuck?
Well,
I don't know why it smells soap.
I almost want those fans to be working.
It smells like soap.
A few inches later.
Pretty colors.
Sherwin Williams?
Yeah, pretty colors. Pretty colors.
Sherwin Williams?
Ugh.
Oh, wrong light. I spent a little time. I took a few pictures. The pictures should be up on my Instagram by now. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this new camera. It's a little bulkier, but kind of forces me to, focus on actually holding and making sure that I get my entire face in frame, or enough of it in frame anyway. Well, I wound up getting all the pictures I took today scheduled to release on Instagram. They'll be live by the time this video actually goes live, so I'm hoping y'all are enjoying the increase in the quality of the videos. I'm still surprised at how good the quality of this camera is, with the fact that this camera itself was cheaper than the camera that I had before. I mean, granted, I got the other camera at Target on clearance for like $70 per camera, so I can't really complain about that. But like, that was a pocket camera, or I guess every one of those cameras that I had like that was a pocket camera. This one's not. But yeah, I'm still getting used to using this camera. Where the viewfinder, like, I'm used to the older, like, 35mm versions of this camera, but where the viewfinder is on those cameras, there's an actual lens, or an actual camera lens that points back. Since this camera's a 4K fully digital, instead of that viewfinder, it's got the lens pointing back at me, and I can switch back and forth between the front-facing lens and the one facing back at me. And it's got a touch screen on it, which I'm not used to on cameras like this. That, and I am still getting used to where the shutter is, or whatever it is, the one button, depending on the setting, it's one button to either record or take the picture, and I'm still getting used to where that is, because the power button's where I want that shutter button to be, and I'm still getting used to that. So it'll take me a few days to get used to, but I'll get used to it. I just think it's kind of funny that instead of taking the pictures or videos, I'm accidentally shutting it off and switching back and forth between the two different lenses is something I still got to get used to too. And I'm just used to those old pocket cameras, like the Canon PowerShot Elf, and God, I wish I still had all the old cameras that I used to use, because I had 4 PowerShot Elves. I had a 170, a 180, a 190, I think I had a 160, a 170, 180, 190 for the PowerShot Elf. I had one with a flip out lens where you could lift it up and then flip it either back or forward. I had like 3 or 4 different flip cams back when those were a thing, like 10, 15 years ago. I had a waterproof Kodak one. The memories. But I may have good memories of having those really crappy cameras, but at the end of the day, they were really crappy cameras compared to what gets released today. I'm glad I got this one. I just hope I am able to take care of it, and I just hope nobody tries robbing me for it. I've heard of that happening, unfortunately.